Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by on this wonderful, beautiful Saturday to hang out with me while I do messages for each sign for tomorrow and Reiki and then free-for-all questions or cards of the day. Today is February the 21st. It is 9:37 Mountain Time here in the U.S. Anna Thorne, hello, hello, welcome. I don't know that I've seen you in the room before. Glad to see you here, my dear. So let me go ahead and get started with the message for Aries for the 25th of February. Aries on the 25th, I feel like you're going to be doing some things that really are more distractions than are helping you with any kind of purposes or goals moving forward. And when I say distractions, that doesn't mean that you're doing things to relax even, because to me, relaxing can be a whole purpose and goal. So I think that you're going to be very tempted to, you may find yourself investing your time and your energy on Sunday into things that just aren't that productive, don't make you feel that good, whatever. So what I would say is, kind of be aware, be cognizant. That's the nice thing about these little readings. As you have time, you can have a heads up and handle them in a different way. So be aware of what you're doing, how you're spending your time. Is this really what you want to be doing on Sunday, Aries? Let's look at Taurus next. Taurus, I feel like you're having a really smooth day. I heard the words, everything is copacetic, which I haven't heard anybody say for quite a while. But whenever everything is copacetic, that just means everything is moving along smoothly. All the gears are turning well together. All the pieces are falling into place. You're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, those types of things. So that's what we've got going on for you, Taurus, on Sunday. Ms. Sweetness Aarons, good morning. Good morning. Glad to see you here. Tiffany James, happy Saturday to you, my dear. Let's take a peek at Gemini. Geminis, I feel like on the 25th, many of you are going to be circulating around a lot of people, or maybe more people than you're used to. Let's put it that way. For some of you, this could be family situations. Doesn't have to be for all of you, though. And I think that it's going to be really important for you to stop every once in a while and focus on breathing. So as you're circulating with these people, whoever they are, I think that it's going to be easy to feel like reacting to some of the things that are going on around you, unless you can take that time to breathe and get some perspective, Geminis. All right, so there's 4 of us here right now. If any of you don't mind, and if you haven't already, please share. The more, the merrier. It is Saturday. We should have a fuller room than this. We should have a fuller room than this by now. Okay, Cancers. Communication is key on the 25th for you. I do feel like there are some, this is a little redundant, but I think there are some key issues that you're wanting to talk about on Sunday, actually. If I said Saturday, I apologize. On Sunday, the 25th, Cancers. And so you are really looking for the opportunities to bring up those topics and be able to, what I'm hearing is hammer them out. So there are some kind of details that really need to be worked out about these topics that are of key importance for you on Sunday, Cancers. I think most of you will find opportunities to talk about most of those key things. There will be a few of you that won't be so easy. Leo on the 25th. Let's see what the stone wants to say to Leo. Somebody told me what the stone was last time, but I don't remember. Okay, so Leos, I'm feeling like on the 25th, your heart is kind of pulled in 2 completely different directions. So there's, some kind of situation where maybe it involves multiple people, and so you're being pulled, more towards this person's side of the situation, or you're also being pulled towards this other person's side of the situation. Maybe you can see where both of them are coming from. Even though they're not able to get on the same page, you can kind of understand why each of them is where they are. And I think that you care about both of them. And so you're feeling like you're kind of the rope stuck in the middle of a tug of war here. Leos. What's good advice for Leos in handling this situation? Okay, so what I'm hearing for you guys is let this thing settle out between your two parties, whether it's two people or two groups of people. Let them sort it all out. Don't try to get in here and be the middleman or be the peacemaker. They're going to have to sort it all out. Maintain your neutrality is best advice that comes through for you guys. So that's for Leo on the 25th. Oh, thank you, Ms. Sweetness. I use the gold for a certain reason. I like to manifest things, and the gold is a reminder that I have the Midas touch. And everything that Midas touched turned to gold. King Midas, if you look up, it's an old fairy tale. Vegan Sid. I can't tell you how the timing's going to work out, honey. I can tell you if I don't get to you, then I do have one question readings available at my website. Let's see. Virgo. Virgo. Okay, for a lot of you Virgos, I'm not sure that you even realize this, but there is a situation going on in your life, and you're kind of the deciding factor in this situation. So there may be some things that people are planning or hoping to do, and they're kind of waiting to see what your reaction is before they move forward with any plans or hopes there. So you are the hinge. Things hinge on you, Virgos. You're quite welcome, Anna. Libra. What do I have coming up for you guys? Anna, where are you? That was a huge delay in time. Libra for the 25th. Libra, I feel like there's something that you've put a lot of energy and effort into, maybe even a lot of finances. And I feel like on the 25th, you're getting the payoff for that, or the payback for all that energy and effort and possibly finances that you've put into it. I do have a strong sense that this could be a wedding, that you've put a lot of energy and effort and maybe even finances into a wedding, Libras. And so you're actually getting to witness or be a part of the wedding on the 25th. That could be it. For some of you, that is it. But it does not, that's not going to be for everybody. That's a little bit more specific than I like to really narrow things down, because that knocks people out. But definitely the message for you guys is something that you've been investing in, whether it's been investing energetically or financially or emotionally. It is coming back and paying off on the 25th. You're doing gold next. It's a little trick. You got to have all kinds of little tricks when you're manifesting. You're in California. Oh, okay. Awesome. Glad to have you here. We still have snow outside here, 24 degrees. Scorpio. Scorpio seems like we've gotten this message a few times before, but I feel like there's an opportunity right in front of us. All we have to do is turn the knob on the door and everything will be fine. So there's opportunity in front of us, but we have to be the one to initiate. We have to be the one to say, you know what, I want this. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to do this. All right. So that's for Scorpios on the 25th. You can turn the knob or you cannot turn the knob. It's up to you. It's up to us. I know what that is for me. All right. So let's look at Sagittarius. This is Anna's sign. Let's see what kind of message we have for Sagittarius for the 25th. Sagittarius, Two things are coming in here. Some of you are actually going to be flying on the 25th, like in an airplane, literally flying, or maybe a helicopter. Anyway, flying above the earth, not on the ground. I guess for some of you that could be, what is that, hang gliding? But the other thing that's coming in for you Sagittarians is that you're getting the big picture. So it's like whenever we're above the earth flying, we're looking down at the earth. We're seeing the big picture in a way that we don't see the earth from our stance when we're actually walking around or driving around on the planet. And so a lot of you Sagittarians, you're going to be getting the big picture on something where you haven't really been able to see the forest for the trees. Now you're going to start to see the big picture and understand why things have been happening the way they've been happening in certain situations in your lives. Okay, so that's Sagittarius. Jamila Janot. Hello there, Aries. Aries was the first sign I did. You might want to scroll back. Usually I start that one at about half a minute in. You can relate to that one? Cool, cool, Anna Thorne. So everybody that is here, if you haven't already, and if you don't mind doing so, please share. We only have 3 more signs, and then we're into Reiki. I do like to have as many people here during Reiki as possible. That way, if they have questions, they can ask them while I'm here, and I can answer them live. Let's take a peek now at Capricorn. Oh, there's Gemma Croftbaker. Hello there, Ms. Gemma. Good morning. Capricorn, your vision has been cloudy. Haha. What a great way to say that. You just like all my stuff today, huh, Ms. Aarons? Bracelets always have a meaning, especially your stone bracelets. They always have a meaning. The copper, actually, I wear because a lot of us as Americans don't get enough copper in our diets, and the copper actually absorbs through your skin. So it's a beautiful way to make sure that you're getting all your appropriate minerals, at least one of them. And then with the bracelets, you get tiger's eye. That has to do with physical health and help. And then we've got citrine, has to do with psychic self-defense and also with prosperity and abundance. Moonstone has to do with connection, like for readings, psychic readings. And the leather I wear, I don't know that I've ever looked up an esoteric meaning for that, but the leather I wear for grounding. Lanice, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. Okay, so let's look at Capricorn. Capricorns. I'm getting a view of you guys as like sitting down in the ground, like in clay, like almost like wet clay type ground, and making, I don't know, clay mud pies, or some of you are working like a pottery wheel. I feel like on the 25th, you're going to be very much grounded. That's a very grounding activity, to sit on the ground like that and to work with the ground literally. Um, but I think you're also going to be doing some creation or some manifestation, even in a very grounded way on the 25th. So very cool. Good for you, Capricorns. Excuse me on the cough, guys. Ricky, hey, hey, glad to see you, my dear. La da da. Now you know why psychics always have so much jewelry on. Ms. Sweetness, we've got stuff we're doing with that jewelry. It's never just for looks. Aquarius. What I'm hearing for you Aquarians is that lightning strikes. And I feel like this is a good thing. I feel like this is almost like the light bulb going off over your head like they used to do in cartoons. I feel like you get some kind of new thought that's a real epiphany for you that helps you to see things in a more clear way than you have before, Aquarius. And I think whatever this new thought is that is kind of a key to the puzzle around you, I think that it comes in very, very suddenly. And actually, I'm hearing for some of you, it may even come in from, you're listening and there's a child that says something, in your experience, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, they have no idea how profound and how right they are. Now, for all of you, the idea won't come in from hearing a child, but for a significant amount of you, but some kind of new idea or understanding of something that really helps you put a lot of puzzle pieces together in your life, Aquarius, on the 25th. Good morning, Tammy Bambi. Glad to see you here, my dear. Pisces, Pisces. Where's Striving? She always shows up right when I'm getting ready to do Pisces. I haven't seen her yet. Okay, Pisces for the 25th. What do I have coming up for you guys? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, I feel like this is actually kind of unusual for you because Pisces, you guys tend to be more people pleasers than a lot of the other signs. But I feel like on the 25th, there's going to be somebody that's trying to, I don't even want to say they're trying to talk you into or manipulate you into doing something. They're trying to force you into doing something. They're trying to back you into a corner where you feel like the only thing you can do is whatever it is that they want you to do. And you're having none of it. You're like, no, no, no. You only think this is going to work. It's not. Okay. You're not letting somebody force you into doing something that you don't want to do. In fact, you're acting more like the bucking bronco. Oh, you only think you're going to back me into this corner. If you try backing me into this corner, you're going to end up being the one injured because I am not staying here and I am not doing that thing. And I don't feel like you're going to be like intentionally injuring somebody. In fact, I feel like this person that's trying to force you into doing something because you don't do that thing, this does bring consequences for them. At the same time that you're not doing it brings consequences for them, I also feel like this is something that they should be doing anyway. It's not something you should be doing. It's something that's their responsibility. I think that's enough. That's gone deep enough for Pisces right there. So anyway, that's what you have coming in on the 25th, Pisces. Nikki, Jane, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here in the room. All right, so that's all our signs. Let's hit some Reiki. I'm going to assign the Reiki so that it will do whatever is for your highest and best benefit for each of you as individuals. If you have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to adjust that intention. For those of you who are watching after the broadcast, go ahead and set the intention to receive the Reiki anyway, and you'll get just as much benefit from it as the people who are here right now. Okay, so let's get that started. And this is a great time to ask about Reiki if you've never had Reiki before, if you don't understand what Reiki is, or if you start to notice that things feel a little bit different in your body or your emotions start fluctuating as I'm sending the Reiki out. Those things are kind of typical. And if you have questions about it, go ahead and pop them up in the chat. I'll be happy to tell you whatever I can about that. So we started that at 9:55. We're going to continue Reiki until right on the hour. You guys are pretty amazing. You started pulling energy out before I was even done setting it up. You're like, we know what's coming. We'll take some of that. I don't really think of the chakra in colors, but I would think that that's probably because the base chakra is red, so that's probably going to be your sacral chakra. Secral. Where does willpower come? Willpower is where we're kind of forcing ourselves to do stuff, isn't it? That's very much a earthly or human thing. What are you saying about energy, Tammy Bambi? You feel it in your feet? A lot of times when you have Reiki in your feet, that means that you have some energy shifting around what you feel like your purpose is. So sometimes this has to do with, depending on, if you set a special intention, if you have an intention to improve your relationships, then this may be around what you feel like your purpose is in a relationship. But if it's in general, this can have to do with career, with family, a lot of different things. Could have to do with what your life purpose is before you leave the planet even. Thank you, Nikki. Fatima Layla, welcome, welcome. You're just in time for Reiki. We've got 3 more minutes to go. Chakra, the root chakra is also known as the base chakra. That's the one where your tailbone meets the seat that you sit in. There's striving. I just said right before I did Pisces. Where's striving? I haven't seen her. She always walks in right before we do Pisces. We're on with Reiki right now. Looks like we've got about 2 more minutes to go. You're feeling it in your feet as well? Finding new direction. Things will be shifting around what you think of as your direction in life, or in a certain area of life if you narrowed down the intention more. Crown chakra has energy shifting around your connection with the divine. Yeah, I was crazy busy yesterday. I was planning on being here yesterday, and then I had a Reiki session that went really long. Really, really, really long. I figured striving. But I have good news. I'm going to be starting a new Reiki Level 1 class here in my home soon, hopefully March. I've got 4 people interested right now, so getting ready to see what kind of scheduling we can do for that. Which reminds me, if there's anybody watching that's in the local area, if you're interested in learning Reiki, get a hold of me. Thank you, Ricky. Yep. I've got room for I would like to have 2 more people. An ideal class would be about 6 people. 4 will be good, though, too. Right, Ms. Sweetness? Usually people who gravitate to videos like mine are going through some stuff. Spiritual enlightenment, major shifts in their life that are about to kick off spiritual enlightenment stuff. I know. Wouldn't it be fun, Ricky? Very cool, Nikki. All right, so that's 10 o'clock. Let me go ahead and close down the Reiki. Thank you, guys. And let's open up the floor for either free-for-all questions or card of the day. You guys choose one or the other. I'll answer a specific question for you, or I'll pull a card. Let me know what you would like. Hallelujah. That's about right. COD for Tammy Bambe. Tammy, we're going to start out with Lenormand, so that's what you're getting today. I think the Lenormand like you. Where is Vegan Sid? Vegan Sid, put your question in here. The earlier, the better. That's okay, Fatima Layla. That's not a specific question. If you want me to answer a question, it needs to be specific. Now, when you say any shift in my career, I mean, that could be, I'm doing the same job, but they're putting me in a different office in the same building. That would be a shift. And when you say any shift in my career and you don't put a timeline on it, then we could be looking at a shift in your career any time from now up in time you hit 82 years old or longer. So we need things that are more specific for me to look at, because I'm looking at them just real quick right here in the room. All right. So, Tammy Bambi, house card. You've got the moon. Woohoo. I don't know that we've had a moon house card in a long time, if ever here. And you got the star. Haha. Tammy Bambi, people are starting to recognize your psychic abilities. You're starting to build a reputation around your intuition. I hope that makes sense for you, my dear. Alrighty, so Lenice Jones wants a COD as well. La da 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 da, Lenice Jones. Mm-hmm. 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 Lenice. Okay, my dear, you've got the Two of Pentacles upright. This just means that you are finding balance in your life. You're coming into the calm after the storm. I'm liking that. That's what I heard for you. The calm after the storm. Not the calm before the storm. The calm after the storm. Good for you. Gemma Croft Baker's COD. Gemma. Ooh. You got the journey. You're going through a major change right now where you're taking your belief system, something about your belief system, and you're starting to realize that there's certain beliefs that you were holding on to that just really are not working for you. And so you're just stripping those down and you're moving into a belief system that makes more sense for you. Striving needs a COD. Hello there, Rachel Elizabeth. Glad to see you here, my dear. Striving. Okay, honey bunny, we got the Knight of Pentacles for you. This just means that you're being careful with your budget and your expenses, making sure that you're doing what you can to bring that income in and making sure that the income goes as far as you want it to go. That's for striving. Ricky Jorgensen, COD. Oh, Ricky. You had some cards just fly, my dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need another reading again. Okay, I'm going to shuffle out of these 7 that fell and just pick one. La da 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 da. Okay. Honey, I got the 9 of Cups. This is talking about feeling very emotionally fulfilled. What I'm hearing is you are on the path to feeling very emotionally fulfilled. I'm picking up that you've been kind of second guessing what you've been doing lately and if it's really going to lead you where you want to be. The answer here is yes. Excuse me, guys. I apologize about that. I'm too far. Okay, so that was Ricky I just did. So Ms. Sweetness is up next. Ms. Sweetness, we're going to use Lenormand on you. COD for Ms. Sweetness. La da da da. House card for you, Ms. Sweetness, is the Child. This could be about new beginnings, or this could be about literally a child in your life. And then what we have for the cover card is the Fish. This just tells me, Ms. Sweetness, that you have deep feelings for a child that's in your life. And if not an actual child, it could be an immature or grown up. But anyway, you have deep feelings for this person, whether they're childish or whether they are literally a child. Hopefully they're literally a child and not childish. All right, Anna Thorne needs a COD. Oh, okay, Anna Thorne, you've got a COD request or a question. I think I'm going to go with your question because that'll probably be more beneficial to you than just a COD. So I need to remember to come back. Okay. Will Anna Thorne start a new job early in March, in the first half of March? That's a great question, by the way. Nice and specific. It's good news here. I'm just sorting out how good the news is. I think actually you're going to have more than one job offer that you could start in the beginning of March is the first thing that I'm coming up with. I do feel like, though, that the decision about which one to take is not going to be that hard of a decision for you. The first card that we have coming up is the Three of Cups. This talks about that you do have something to celebrate with your friends, so yay. The next card coming up is the Lady in Reverse. The Lady in Reverse tells me that the first offer that comes in may not really be exactly what it is that you want. And then you've got the World, which tells me that the second offer that comes in is going to be the one that you really have been drooling for. This is like the ideal work situation for you, okay? And then Seven of Coins in Reverse. This is where you're making that choice and you're focusing on that second one that came in. And then that's followed by the Nine of Swords in Reverse, which is obvious when you're looking for a job and you found one, you coming out of stress. It's very stressful when we're looking for a new job, whether we have a job or whether we don't, but especially if we don't while we're looking for the new job. So whatever this is, you know, once you start to work, it's going to really make you feel a lot more calm and relieved and at peace about your finances and your future. So yes, you're going to have a choice between two. The first one's not going to be, okay, you might be tempted to take it. The second one is going to be really good and you're jumping on that one. Alrighty, so that was for Anna Thorne. Fatima Layla, I'm waiting for you to put in a new question that's more specific. Striving, you like the Lenormand too, yeah. Everybody gets things that they're drawn to. Vegan Sid, should you rent rooms in Dave's house? Okay. I used to rent rooms in a guy named Dave's house back in 2010. I bet you it's not the same Dave, though. Let's see. Should vegan, is it a good idea? Let's put it this way. Is it a good idea for Vegan Sid to rent rooms in Dave's house? Not kind of liking this so much. Just kind of not liking this so much. It is a positive in that you're leaving something behind that's been kind of holding you back. Okay. And then I believe I'm seeing Dave here. Dave is somebody who, you know, he likes to be in charge. He's pretty good at what he does. He's very knowledgeable. And so he likes to be in charge in all things. There is a lot of potential here that's untapped. There's even the possibility of some kind of relationship that would be not platonic, let's say it that way. But I have blockages coming up here, and these can be anything. These can be, you know, that moving in there makes it really hard for you to pursue your career or your dreams, or, you know, maybe he doesn't like your dog or whatever. Some kind of blockages there. And if we were doing a real reading, we would clarify that a little bit more. And then we end up with this Three of Wands in reverse. In this deck, the Three of Wands is different than what you would see in any other decks that I've come across. This deck talks about the search for fulfillment. And you can see when you look at this card right side up that there's a couple of pathways, and this person is looking for which pathway is best. And in this deck, anytime you have two sticks like this, which is what we're seeing here, this is talking about making a decision that there's a point of no return once you've made this decision, okay? So where you've got the Three of Wands, this is saying that you're looking for fulfillment. When it comes in reverse, this is telling me that this is not a very fulfilling situation for you. It's not. It's not good and healthy, especially when you couple that with the idea that there are these blockages there as well. Also, I'm not very comfortable with this is like my most sensual card in the deck. I mean, this is right side up. You've got the moon, you've got the bull, and if you can look and really see the details, the bull is like ready to go into action. These birds are symbols of sexuality as well. All of that. And this, when it's upside down, this egg under the water talks about untapped potential. So there's a lot of chemistry that hasn't been tapped into there. If that's not what you're looking for in this situation, then I think that's probably what's going to be bringing up these blockages and making you feel less than fulfilled, because now you're going to be in a situation where you really don't want to have a sensual or a sexual relationship with this person. You just want to have a place to live. But, this is just really awkward. All right. So I see that as a big fat no, 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 no. Sorry, honey. Why certain cards are drawn to people. Usually it's because my theory, and it is just a theory, it's not been proven, but I think because I work with several decks and I've worked with several decks for a long time, my theory is because each deck has its own personality and its own way of conveying messages. Just like right now, we were looking at that one card for vegan Sid's question. We were looking at the Three of Wands or the Three of Bows. Like, this means something completely different than any other deck that I have. And in most decks, the Three of Bows for me means either planning travel or traveling. Okay. So this is completely different. This is talking about is trying to find emotional fulfillment, trying to find that path towards emotional fulfillment. So this deck would have come up for vegan Sid because, I don't most of my other decks don't have a card for trying to find emotional fulfillment, really. So this deck is the one that needed to talk to vegan Sid about this particular question. Okay. And so there are going to be decks that also we resonate more with, and those decks are going to resonate more with us as well. And so they're going to want to come up for each individual a little bit more. But it's always good to have multiple decks if you're going to be a reader, because that way you know that you have a better chance of really bringing the message through in the way that it's intended for your client. But yeah, so that's part of it. Striving, yours is true. Thank you for the verification, my dear. When will Nikki Jane get a job? Let's take a peek at that. Oh, I don't know if you're going to like the answer I heard for that, Nikki. We're only in February. I'm here in November, and whenever I go in for clarification on that, I don't feel like you won't be work less until November, but I think November is going to be when you get the job that you actually want. I do think you're going to have a stepping stone job in there, and I also think you're going to have some temporary work in there. You're also going to do what I call hustling, which hustling is odd jobs, like maybe, like, for instance, if you have friends that really don't have time to clean their house, you might say, I'll clean your house for so much an hour, blah, 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 or whatever. Or you may be checking Craigslist for a little one-time gig, something to make some money come in. To me, that's hustling, picking up work that's not really full-time work, that's not something that you're going to do a long time, but it brings in the money and helps you pay the bills. So I do see some hustling coming in for you between now and November. I also see what I want to call a stepping stone job, maybe even two stepping stone jobs between now and then. So you could have a couple of part-time jobs that they're just temporary until you find what you want full-time, or it could be that you have one full-time job until you find what you want, and then you find another one that's a little better, but it's still not what you want. So you could have a couple of stepping stone jobs that way too. But the job that you actually, that you are going to be like, yes, this is perfect for me, you're looking at November, and I'm talking about November of this year, of 2018. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so vegan said we got you in today. Yay. By the way, that was my alarm, so that's the last card of the day or question we're going to do today. Oh, wow, Fatima. That's a good question. That's something that might be worth, actually getting a a reading on Fatima. What I would do with that, I would prefer a live reading for something like that, because really you're looking at 3 questions here. I would look at what happens if you take this job, what happens if you take this job, what happens if you take this job, and that way you can make an educated decision on what's going to work best for you. Oh, yay. Very cool, Tammy. So what, the Reiki opened your third eye? You're quite welcome, Striving. You're quite welcome, Gemma. I hear you, Striving. Oh, Angela, I'm sorry you're here too late. By the way, if you still want what we talked about the other day, let me know. Get a hold of me. Just text me. You remember you were on the road and you were like, oh, I'm not going to do that to you? I was thinking about you yesterday, and then I got distracted before I texted to see if you still needed that. Lamille, hello, hello. Glad to see you back in the room, honey. I haven't seen you in a while. You're quite welcome on the Reiki, Ricky. And apparently you are, Ricky. I hear you, Striving. You're quite welcome, Anna. It's a childish grown-up. Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to say that. Glad you had an amazing night. You got to take those good times when they come along, especially when you're dealing with a childish person. Hello there, Romy. Welcome, welcome. You're quite welcome, Ms. Sweetness. Good, good. Good luck, Vegan Sid. Thank you, Ms. Sweetness. You have a good day, too. You're welcome, Nikki. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate all of your support. For those of you who did not hear earlier, I am putting together a local class here in Golden for level 1 Reiki. So if any of you are local and would like to participate, get a hold of me. I do have room for about comfortably 2 more people in that class. And everybody, just thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, keeping me fresh, interacting with me so that I don't feel like I'm just broadcasting to dead air out there. It's so wonderful to be able to interact with all of your energies. Everyone have a fantastic, fantastic weekend, and I'll see you the next time I'm here. Peace out.